All right, guys, we just talked about how essentially the medical profession is going to get spanked by the big, beautiful bill, as well as the getting rid of or pausing of the student loan forgiveness program. If you missed that in the last segment, go back. But now we're going to be talking about getting paid on TikTok as a doc instead of going to work and hitting that clock. Hey.
Don't rap, please.
I thought that was pretty good.
I have some raps. Hold on. Let me share some raps.
Please don't rap.
Let me share some raps.
Don't rap. Just go into making money on TikTok as a doctor. We're going to
talk about this. So, first of all, let me just be clear, everyone.
Here
We've already talked about this TikTok doctor. This is an OB-GYN doc who's on TikTok.
Yes.
She's making more on TikTok than she is as an OB doc, right?
Yes.
Which I went back, I listened to the tape, and I was like, man, that was him.
With less liability.
I was him and hawing about it, and I was like, yo, I need to make a point.
And she's got less liability than delivering babies.
Hold on a second. I want to share something with you.
What? Please don't rap.
Hold on, man. I need to rap.
Hold on. God, help.
Well, anyway, I can't find it, but
Thank God.
I do want to say this.
The universe loves me.
The thing that I didn't present, so we talked about it, right? Mm-hmm. But I didn't say specifically what my issue is with this.
Okay,
right?
What's your issue?
My issue with this is it's not her. Mm-hmm. It's the actual system that, the fact that you can, and she's not dancing on TikTok, but in essence, she could be dancing for TikTok.
Well, there was a doctor who was dancing on TikTok at one particular
But the fact that she's on TikTok and she's making more than what it takes to, in essence, work with someone or take care of, bring new life, work with an actual human being, be in a hospital. She's getting paid more to make a 30-second video than to take care of someone. That to me, that's an indictment on our healthcare system.
Why?
Because
why?
I think it's a problem. What's the best way I could say without coming off too I don't like, you know me, Aaron. I don't like to be polarizing.
Don't choose your words wisely. Go ahead, be polarizing. Go ahead. Do it.
The more you have, the more that you make it easier for people to make money outside of what you really need people to do, which is take care of people and so forth. So, for example, the fact that she can make more money on TikTok, it's a symptom, right? More and more people are going to be like, well, why would I want to go practice medicine when I can fake practice online and make a lot more money, right? Okay. So what I'm saying is that this is basically, you're just attracting more and more people to literally be doctors on social media, which to me is not as useful as someone being a doctor in real life at this point.
Okay.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
Right. So you already have a bunch of people, I've looked at on YouTube and stuff like that. There's a bunch of people who are quote unquote med school doctor influencers who have left medicine.
Right.
They don't want to finish school because they're realizing that they're making more money doing YouTube and so forth. That's not, I don't know if that's in essence identifies the essence of the real issue. They probably just see dollar signs and look, I'm just better off as a creator than as in med school. But I'm talking about someone who's gone through residency, has taken care of people, have gone through the whole process of getting credentialed and certified, and then all of a sudden just
well, to be clear,
I don't want to do this.
She still practices.
She still practices.
Right. Let's be clear on that she is not somebody who doesn't practice medicine.
Correct.
She is still practicing. So we're not talking about her specifically. We're talking about the ability for someone.
I'm talking about the system. I'm talking about
the ability.
The system. The fact that could occur is a problem, right? And I think that what you'll see is more and more people, a significant amount of people, online instead of in the hospital.
Okay.
That's what I get nervous about, and I think that's what society should be concerned about. I'll leave it to you like that.
Well, society is not concerned about that, because if society were concerned about that, then they would actually be doing things to help doctors be lucrative in their lives as clinicians, which our society has said that they don't want people to be subsidized, right? They don't want doctors to be subsidized. Well, they got to be subsidized because they X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. So at that point, it's a free-for-all. Right? It's a free-for-all to say, listen, if we live in a capitalistic society, then I can make money doing whatever I want, no matter what my education is, right? And so we see this in the profession of law, right? We see this in the profession of law. So, lawyers aren't always litigating. Lawyers aren't always, the ones, making sure that people are advocated for, doing contracts and all these kinds of things. Lawyers work in lots of different ways. And so now the medical profession has finally caught up and said, listen, we don't just need to be in the clinics.
Well,
We can still take care of people, right? To some degree, without necessarily having to put our hands on them or seeing them in, some clinical fashion.
Well, they're already saying that. I agree with you there.
Right.
Basically what I'm saying is the traditional way in which we in general, not me and you as doctors, but we in general look at doctors, that's going to change significantly.
Oh, of course.
Right? Because expecting a doctor to be attached to a clinic or attached to a pager or
attached to a patient
or to be, that's what I was about to say. Yo, you hit it right on the point. That's what I was about to say. To be attached to you.
Right.
Even though they take oaths and all these different things, they're not attached to you anymore, right? Mm-hmm. This is a lot to do with the state of our healthcare system. I think that's a problem. You have corporatization of healthcare. You're gonna see a lot of doctors, or there are a lot of doctors who are just like, I'll just get paid for my knowledge.
Without the liability.
My clinical acumen.
Without the liability.
So for example, what's that lady's name? There's a lady, what's her name? Dr. Casey Means or something like that. We never even talked about that. This is the lady who she went to Stanford. She's like in charge. I forget what she was. She was being, what's the word? She was being, I got to look her up.
Did she?
No. She was being nominated for a position in our, in I think the Department of Health.
Okay.
Or Department of Human Sciences.
I know who you're talking about.
She's the one who'd never finished residency.
Yeah, she didn't finish residency.
She went to Stanford.
Yes.
And so forth. And then she's going to be in charge of policy. And it's like, wait, hold on a second. Like, this is a major problem, right? Like, I can understand if she went afterwards and was doing all this public policy work. She's not, right? She's just going on podcasts and talking about how the healthcare system is failing people. And it's like, well, if you're not participating in it,
aren't you part of the failure?
You're part of the problem, right? You're part of the problem.
Well, so then that's why she qualified, because she's part of the problem.
No, like, this is different. Like, I could understand if you're doing stuff actively to change it. All you're doing is podcasting about
she's
what
creating
the
problem, so she knows what the problem is.
But that's another issue. It's like, okay, but you're this lady, she couldn't hack it, right?
Right.
She couldn't hack it, and she said it. She couldn't hack it. She couldn't hack it in residency.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know how residency goes. Right. Then she's not practicing. So she doesn't know what it's like working with insurance companies, working with patients, having a clinic or not having a clinic, working in a hospital, not getting reimbursed. And then, like, now you're saying, well, the problem with the healthcare system is we don't know about nutrition and all these different things. It's like, wait, what? Slow down. Right? That's the part that I have. Like, it's like we're creating a system of like people who are experts, but they're not really experts. Right?
Correct.
So that's the things, like, so people are going to be.
But when you live in this type of society, right? Society makes its own rules, right? And each society can be, very different. It has different values and different principles and a different vision, right? And so the people who run your society, the people who run your country, for example, are the people who determine what that vision is, what those values are, regardless of whether or not there are people within the society who have different values. It doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, the only people's visions and values and principles that actually get executed are the people who run your country, the people who run your society, right? And everything else is just a little silo, right? Everything else is just a little silo. So you might have a little community here. Oh, this is what we value, and this is what it don't matter, because you live in a society, you live in a country where your values actually don't matter. So within your little community, that's cute, and that might work for you for a little bit, but that's not going to be as long lasting as if you were actually running your society. So right now we live in a place where, experience doesn't matter.
Yeah, experience doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Is healthcare going to be able to attract like the best and brightest in like 10 years?
Clearly, it doesn't mean you got Linda McMahon, you got freaking RFK Jr., you got this, what's her name?
And then
whatever her name is.
Folks are.
It don't matter.
Because now, and then, you throw on top of this the student loan issue, you'll have people who are just saying like, well, why am I going into this field? right? I'm not going to be able to afford it. I'm going to have to go into a lot of student loan debt. That student loan debt, I'm going to have to be begging off a lot of people, right? It's not even just debt to like a federal debt. It's going to be private loan debt. It might even be some hard money that you have to get from people, right? There's a lot of disillusionment that's going on. And I think that more and more people are going to go to bigger and brighter. If you see something that's bigger and brighter, something that's fancier, I'm out. That's what people are going to do.
I think that is true.
But these are the things that I think I wanted to talk more about last week that I think we skipped over. So I was listening to the game tape because I think it's important. You know me, I don't listen to game tape, but now I've been listening to game tape more and I'm like, I could have done a better job of making our point right there. So
yeah, I think that is true. That people are going to look to other either professions or they're going to look to other means of making income. And I think it's going to work for them. I mean, frankly, I think it's going to work for them because it's working, it's working for people right now. What my concern is always that, especially when it comes to the medical profession, there are people who are very, very, very impassioned by the possibilities of the impacts that they can make in different communities through medicine, right? And I was talking to a mentee about this yesterday, and I think it's going to seem strange that I'm transitioning to this, but there's a reason. And
I hope you're not trying to get serious on this.
Yeah, this is serious. So I was talking to my mentee about this yesterday, and it was in a different context, but I find that it applies here, is that there are a lot of people who are really passionate about being in medicine. And when they can't be in medicine, like you said, they get very disillusioned, right? Or if they do get in medicine, they get very disillusioned as well.
Okay.
Right? What I think we need to also be careful about, especially as we have pre-meds, medical students, residents, watching and listening, is that don't set yourself up to really have a mindset that you are going to save the world by becoming a doctor.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Like, speak on that, man. I'm like, right? I feel like you're like doing like I have a dream speech.
You're not.
That's what I'm talking about. Say something.
You're not gonna. You finished?
Yes, go ahead.
You're not gonna save the world by becoming a doctor.
Okay.
Right? You're probably not even going to save your entire community by becoming a doctor. Right? You are going to, give value to some people's lives in terms of their healthcare. You are. You might actually save some lives. We save you, obviously, as a trauma surgeon. Right?
I actually am the one who's saving lives up in this mug.
Well, but you also lose a lot of people. So
no, I don't
it's
actually.
Give and take.
No, I don't. The percentage is low.
Oh, yeah, because those people don't make it to you?
The percentage is low.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
So those people don't make it to you. So
listen, you're not in a position. Listen.
But anyway,
someone who's scared to go to the ICU, you do not have. You are not.
You're damn right. I don't want to go to the ICU.
You do
why
not
do I want to go
have
there?
the position to critique me.
Why
Please.
do I want to go to the ICU?
Come
For
on
what
now.
reason?
Come on now. Don't even step into that.
Anyway,
realm, okay? You over here making fun of people.
Oh my God, let me finish.
You over here making fun of people by not replacing potassium.
Anyway,
do you even know how to replace potassium?
I replace potassium need. Bert.
Oh yeah, trying to tell me about people who live and die.
Listen. So save you. Most of us as doctors are not saving lives. Most of us. Okay. Many of us, probably most of us, are helping people to maintain their health. If we're lucky and they listen to us. Otherwise they go to TikTok and they listen to doctors. And maybe they will take those doctors more seriously so that when they do.
And those doctors be having an agenda. A lot of them have an agenda. So,
but maybe that will help them. Maybe that will help our patients, especially if the information is good. Maybe that will help our patients to take us seriously, because you know how it is. Sometimes you got to hear another party say something before you believe the party who you actually hired or you invested in.
I think you're going to wrap
give
it
you
up.
Whatever.
All right,
so anyway, the point being that I think we need to, and this goes into what we talked about before. We need to kind of get rid of that hero complex. That we're going to save the world. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. Listen, you're going to do as much as the healthcare system is going to allow you to do, and you don't control that.
Gotcha.
You don't control that. So you have to control your mindset and understand that you are not here to save the world. And so if you can't get into medicine, if you can't get through medicine, it is not the end of the world. There are other things that you can do. It is not the end of the world. It is not a reason to go off the deep end.
Okay.
So
all right, we got you on
that's
that
all.
one.
That's all I wanna
Guys,
say
if
about
you guys are interested in what we have to say, if you have an opinion on what we got to say, go to the show notes. You can leave us a voice message. You can send us a text message. You can even hit us up on Instagram at Docs Outside the Box. Is it a podcast or just Docs Outside the Box?
on Instagram,
Yeah.
just Docs Outside the Box.
Docs Outside the Box. All that stuff is in the show notes. Listen, we got so much to talk about, but we're going to have to put that on another episode. I got another meeting I got to get to. We love you guys. And the algorithm says that you guys don't listen all the way to the end. So we catch you guys on the next one, y'all.
Well, now that we're doing segments, I think they do listen to the end.
Peace. I love y'all.
Bye.